Beepity beep beep beep. A very quick Jester special. Because it looks to me like the apple cart has been firmly upset today in Buddy Scotland. The home of such wee scrappers as Joanna Cherry. In that it looks like the legal ruling has come along and gone, the English, the UK, the Parliament was perfectly reasonable to block the gender recognition reforms in Scotland, which are utterly bloody deranged, right? You know, it's such a lovely thing to see, it really is. So what we've already got immediately, straight out the gates, is old Stony Balls. They're moaning. Stonewall having a good old grimace. Stonewall statement on gender recognition reform, Scotland Judicial Review. Right. We're disappointed. We like to win, we like to gloat. We're disappointed that the Court of Session in Scotland has found in favour of the UK's government's unprecedented decision. Unprecedented decision. Really? Really? Right, okay. Unprecedented decision. To use Section 35 to block the Gender Recognition Reform Bill from royal assent. This bill was one of the most debated in the Scottish Parliament's history and was passed by a resounding majority of MSPs drawn from all over major Scottish parties. These are the ones that obviously at the time were ill-informed about how dangerous this nonsense is, so therefore voted, and then afterwards must have thought, oh God, I hope they win this bloody court case, because I voted for this crap that's going to hurt children. They must have done that, mustn't they? You'd have thought. Anyway. This unfortunately means more uncertainty for trans people in Scotland. No, it doesn't. You're whatever sex you are, and you either need help or you don't mentally. Why is that? I mean, it's unfortunate that you need help mentally, but it's not my problem, right? Who will now be waiting once again to see whether they will be able to have their gender legally recognised. No, not going to be doing it. Repeal the GRA. We don't want any of this, cobblers, really. They will be able to have their gender legally recognised through a process that is in line with leading nations. That is in line with leading nations like, wait for it, Ireland, Canada and New Zealand. Talk about grasping at straws. Whatever happens next, which I imagine there'll be an appeal. Won't there be an appeal, and they'll spend more public money trying to make the public accept men in dresses as women, right? So they're going to spend more money on this cobblers, right? Okay? To get it to, I imagine, for some kind of appeal. Screw them. Let's get it to the Supreme Court and let's end it once and for all, shall we, you nonsense merchants? Whatever happens next in discussions with the UK and Scottish governments on this matter, Stonewall will continue to press all administrations to make progress. And here we go on LGBTQ+. You're only talking about the T, you buggers. LGBTQ+ rights in line with leading international practice. By whom? Malta? Oh, God. I like to win. I like to gloat. It's just superb. So it goes to show you, see, that, when you least expect it. So they put it out, right? Somebody else has mentioned it, and I'm not even sure it's true yet. But it was worth it. Either way, that moment of excitement. And then Pink News of sort of, they've done their thing. A court has found in favour of the UK government blocking Scotland's landmark gender law reforms. The Scottish Government has lodged a court case against Westminster for using a Section 35 order to block its gender recognition reform bill. The legislation, which was passed in December 22 by 86 votes to 39, wouldn't get that now, would it? Following years of consultation, years of nonsense, would make it easier for trans Scots to change the gender markers on their official documents, as well as open up the legal transition process to 16 and 17-year-olds. Not a bloody chance, you lot. We're done. As the law currently stands, in the UK, trans people must apply to a gender recognition panel, present reports as well as diagnosis of gender dysphoria. Obviously. A process that can take years, good. Given the immense wait times at the clinics, yeah, good. Right, okay. The hearing took place at the Court of Session in Edinburgh in September and was overseen by Judge Lady Haldane. Colin McFarlane, Director of Nations at Stonewall, Director of Nations? At Stonewall, said, we're disappointed. We're disappointed that the Court of Sessions in Scotland has found in favour of the UK government's unprecedented decision to use Section 35 to block the Gender Recognition Reform Bill from royal assent. This bill was one of the most debated. They're just repeating themselves now so they can fill the page. And then it says, do I want to watch Pink News talking about it? No, thank you, I don't. You may like to watch. No, I may not. This unfortunately means more uncertainty for trans people in Scotland, who will now be waiting once again. And then they repeat themselves once again. In fact, what they've done is they've just put out the Stonewall statement. Absolutely bloody hilarious. They are unhappy. They are seriously unhappy, right? Well, I mean, so that Stonewall has said that they've lost. Pink News have said that they've lost. There's a guy from the BBC who said that they've won. Who was that? Let me have a look a minute and see. Who was it at the BBC who said that they won? Oh, James Cook. Apparently he works for the Babuka. James Cook works for the Babuka, and he said, he's Scotland editor, he said the breaking the Court of Session in Edinburgh has ruled that the UK government acted lawfully when it blocked controversial gender reforms in Scotland. This was at 12:01 on this very day that you are watching this rather delightful Jester special. Closely followed by Carolyn of the Fisk. Fisk investigates, saying, hooray. And then somebody called Xander saying, no, they haven't. No, yeah, they haven't. We're all expecting the ruling, but Cook has sent this tweet before it's been published, so it's not been published. I wonder if Cook was in the court. It might be, eh? Well, just, you know. Woo! You can see, woo! People are going, woo! Good, at last. Hey, excellent. Thank goodness common sense has prevailed. It's just great news to hear that we finally got some sense prevailing. So it's gone to a certain court. There's been a bit of a judicial review. So hello, what the hell's going on here? And they've been thoroughly fisted. We're not having this. This is Judge Lady Holding, who knows what she's bloody well talking about, has said, no, it's okay. They can do that, right? So they'll now spit their dummies out, won't they, and throw toys at the pram and start screaming about, well, we need to take this to the High Court, the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court will then finally rule on whether or not the British government's got the right to stop the Scottish people from hurting children. You know, it's like, well, the Scots are going to have to get rid of this lot of nutters. Sorry, but you need to do something. Because they're dangerous. They're dangerous to children, they're dangerous to women, and they're dangerous to gay and lesbians. You need to get rid of the buggers, I say. But that's just me. Other than that, let's take joy in a week that has ended on a Friday with this bit of news, after we've had Kevin Badnock telling them where to go, Neil Hanvey explaining exactly what they are, and me nearly busting my spleen because I find the whole damn thing phenomenally amusing. It's like light relief amongst the horrors of the reality of gender and critical social justice. So on that note, that's my Jester special done. There's one more for you tonight. Not a special, but another one. And then we'll see what else comes over the weekend, all right? Go away and enjoy this grand news. Bye-bye.